Welcome back to the original box set Shadowrun podcast. Sunny has left Karsten, Lund and Trollface in the capable hands of Dr. Feelgood, the uncanny, cybered-out street doc. With the medical emergencies out of the way, Sunny needs to find out what's on that data chip, and if it really is what Lund describes. Evidence that corpse are the puppet masters of the Enclave. That's a dangerous accusation even if he's wrong, and if he's right, it could be deadly if the wrong person finds out. Our GM is Max, and Sunny Day is played by Cassie. We hope you enjoy listening.
Ushers you down into it, his cold mechanical hands laying you out.
His cold mechanical bedside manner.
And he sits there and says, "Nighty-night," as he slowly pushes the drawer closed.
I'm so fucked up right now. She did not go light on the Xanax. She knew exactly what she was doing. She needed to pass out, and it didn't work. But now, hopefully, she's so far out of it at this point that the exhaustion will overcome the fear of whatever he's doing.
We can say at least a good 8 or 9 hours will pass. So we're talking like it's into the next day. When you're finally waking up, you're realizing you're in a coffin.
Yeah. So, waking up, all I see is just black. And it takes me longer than it normally should to remember where the hell I am and what I was doing. And, God, did I really take 2 Xanny bars? Oh my God, what was I thinking? And then, reaching around in the coffin to find that lever that I think that he said was somewhere in here. So she's probably making noise, trying to figure out where to get out, and eventually she'll find the right release and be able to slide herself out. Yeah.
You get out. The room is still as dark and miserable as this operating room has ever been. There are plenty of lights shining down on Lund and Terrence at this time. Terrence looks like he's awake, and Lund doesn't. The good doctor is working on Lund, and the assistant is there as well. And Terrence sits up, and he's looking across the room. There's a television. That same old black and white TV is in front of him.
Yeah.
Yeah. IVs and everything. He looks like he is in a respectable hospital bed scenario with the curtains and everything, but then surrounded by this dank, industrial-looking subway place filled with trash. Yeah. So it's a very surreal mentality to be looking at. And you can see he's not really. Maybe he's in it, maybe he's with it or not. You're not sure.
Okay. Well, is Feelgood and the assistant, are they currently working on Lund? Or,
yes.
Okay. Then she's not going...
He's face down. They've got his back open.
What are you working on now?
The doctor looks over to you. The small doctor looks over to you and kind of makes this gurgly sound.
What did he say?
Dr. Feelgood goes, "Good." He said good morning. Or, good afternoon, good evening, good night.
What?
I don't know.
She was about to pull out her comm to check the time, and then she realized she turned it off, and she realized why she turned it off, and so she's not going to turn it back on to check the time. It's like, you can just say good day, maybe.
He nods. That's very. I like that. It's strange how we always say good morning, good evening, and stuff like that. It's like we're trying to remind the person we're saying hello to what time of day it is. Couldn't we get a bit more precise and walk around and say, "Hello, 8:03 a.m." Would that work? Could we do... And at the same time, his hands are still doing stuff. You see that his secondary set of hands have strangely split from being just tiny little hands to being a collection of little tentacles. And you can see that they're doing multiple tasks as his large hands are doing other things. And he's watching you having this conversation.
Yeah.
It is the craziest conglomeration. You've never seen anything like this. It's like he's got dozens of tiny little fingers working in his back.
Now that I am awake, I am going to do a composure, because I might just decide to go back in the coffin at this point. Did you say 2 or 3?
We'll say 3. It's pretty heavy stuff.
Yeah.
I see 3 right from here.
I got it. Yeah, I think we're good. Her revulsion is pushed back by her curiosity of how he's doing this operation. I mean, she's seen people operated on in the past, but it's not something that she sees. She doesn't see that on a regular basis, and to see something like this is pretty amazing to watch. With almost morbid curiosity.
Yeah.
Kind of like how I was watching your surgery.
Yes. So you can see that there's a damaged piece of cyberware laying off to one side, and you can also see that on another nearby table there's another body. It's not lit. It definitely looks like it's been chopped to pieces and stuff like that. And you see the doctor is currently laying out bits of wire and whatnot in Lund's body and making attachments. And the device in question that you see he's implanting looks like similar to the device that looks crushed up onto the desk sitting nearby. As you approach, the doctor just seems to know exactly what your questions are. This is a small wired complex that's used to actually relay data for when it comes to wired reflexes. You ever heard of these?
Yes.
This one was not very well protected, and whoever assaulted him knew exactly where to punch. But we're going to fix that by putting in one that is made out of more composite materials and has a more human signature. That way this won't ever happen to him again. But we're also repairing the cyberware in question, and you see the hands are split apart into smaller fingers, and the fingers themselves are split apart. And so each finger is taking and moving bits of muscle and tissue and rewiring, and it's amazing. It's like having 15 doctors at one time.
Yeah.
While the other one's standing nearby feeding pieces of material to him and assisting in small bits and ways. With his talons, he pulls back pieces, and you see they're wiring up the back slowly but surely.
Fascinating.
Yes. They fought, didn't they? The size of the impacts matched the hydraulic pumps on his legs. Those were badly damaged too. I can't repair the hydraulics, but I have turned them off and made it so he can still use his legs.
Okay.
What were they fighting about? At this point, the doctor in the yellow coat will look at you. He sits there and goes, I don't know, maybe it was. Are these two lovers?
What?
Oh, for you?
What? No, it's not like that.
Oh, darn. This would make such a better story if this was about love of a woman.
She's like rubbing her head. Like, no, she's gonna point to Lund. He was a job that went wrong. And now we have to fix it.
You're saving a job that went wrong.
Yeah.
He raises his fleshy eyebrow raises, as well as the smaller doctor's like,
It's complicated.
And he goes back to what he was doing. The other Dr. Feelgood goes, well, I don't want to pry too much. It sounds much more delicate than what we were assuming. Some sort of love triangle novella going on, but this is rather interesting in the long run.
Maybe I can tell you about it sometime, but...
He shrugs.
Not right now.
That's fine. You run in a dangerous business. I run in a dangerous business. We all do dangerous business. We're all about danger. And he raises his big hands up like shaking around while the little hands continued to work.
Oh, goodness.
Are you hungry? I know that most mortals still need to eat, where I, the good doctor here, don't have to subside on food very often. I must keep reminding myself to feed people who are my guests.
Yes, I am hungry.
We have some Cheerios.
That works. Do you have a bathroom?
He kind of looks down to the ground, looks over the other doctor. The other doctor's...
No.
He says, yes, but the bathroom's out there, and he points toward the big metal set of doors. Otherwise, there's pots we put under beds. I mean, if you really want to go brave them, they can be kind of testy. I haven't seen them in several hours.
She's not. So, yeah. I mean, however crazy the doctor is, like, she's pretty sure he's not actually a pervert. So he's very, like, focused on stuff. So, yeah, at this point, she doesn't care. She's got to pee, and she's not going to go pee out in front of all of those
deranged individuals.
Yeah.
They have problems.
Yeah.
So you have to cross by that body. There is definitely a body in the room, and you can see the section of back has been cut open. the same section of back that they are.
Oh my god.
So they took a piece of cyberware out of one individual, and they're putting it to him. That guy looks dead.
And the question is, was he dead, or did they make him so?
You could always ask.
I don't think I want to know the answer to that.
You could also check yourself. You're a doctor. You know you've been in that drawer for several hours. That body wasn't there beforehand. So if you could do the analysis and determine how long he's been dead.
Yeah. Just for myself, not because well, for herself, not because...
You want to be able to judge the doctor as a good or bad person.
You know, just making sure that I know where I stand with him. I mean, if he's willing to murder somebody, to take their cyberware, to put it in somebody that I need alive, that's... I mean, in one way, that's very... Fantastic, but in another way, that's very horrifying.
It's scary as fuck, because what happens when you get on that list of just another body?
Exactly. 1, 2, 3 successes.
That body has got rigor mortis. Like, several days of...
So it's past rigor at this point. Okay, yeah.
And it's been preserved in some way, shape, or form.
Okay. Alright, then I don't feel so bad.
And you also remember some of those drawers that you went and crawled into. Some of them had occupied signs on them.
Oh my goodness. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of this is going to be hanging out. She's going to find the box of Cheerios and go over to Terrence and see if he's lucid or if he's drugged up, you know?
He's drugged up.
Okay. So,
he smiles. Hey, Sonny.
How you feeling?
It hurts. He kind of slowly gestures to us. It hurts right here. And in the back. I think something happened in the back.
Yeah.
How bad was it?
Well, they had to send in a microbot to sew up the lacerations on your liver and your kidneys. And
wow, this guy's got a microbot?
Yeah. I mean,
those things are expensive.
That's not what I don't remember what he called it, but essentially that's what it is. It's a micro-medical assistant that you direct into. Never mind, it's not important.
It's easy to say, oh, this guy's got some Class A stuff. You see he can see Lund from here. He's like, hey, you see those cyber arms?
Yeah.
He's got an extra pair.
He does, and that extra pair has extra hands and extra fingers.
That's some expensive stuff.
I think that it might be custom.
Wow. He needs a new TV. All this expensive equipment and he can't afford a good TV.
She's gonna lean in and she's like, I think that's his mother's TV.
Oh, I ain't seen his mom yet.
It's okay.
I'm not with it right now.
No, you should rest. Like, yeah, she's got her hand down his arm and just hold his hand for a little bit.
You were right.
About what?
About coming here.
I know. And she smiles. Like
he smiles too. Because he's out of it. He's just smiling.
So, I guess we're stuck here for a little bit. She's gonna hold the box out to him. It's like, you want some Cheerios?
No, I can't eat.
Okay.
Everything tastes terrible right now. He even told me that the drugs they're going to put me on, everything's going to taste terrible. Have you had a chance to look at it?
No.
I can't even turn on my phone.
Yeah.
I don't even have a spare phone to turn on right now.
Well, I'm not turning mine on, that's for sure. Do you want to be there to see it, or do you want me to figure it out while you're here?
I'm going to be here a while.
Okay.
I mean, Doc says I got some time before everything starts kicking in. But it's going to get really hot, and then we need to eat a lot of food, and he said he's going to order some Chinese.
Okay.
So that's in a few hours.
Well, I'll try to be back.
He said he had to cut some stuff out that wasn't going to make it.
Yeah, the stuff around your kidneys and your adrenal gland and
shit.
And the anti-toxin filtration system.
That was some expensive stuff.
He said as much, yes.
Oh.
I mean, you're still here, so...
Yeah, I didn't see Lund get that knife in my back.
I didn't see it either. I'm gonna go to my office.
Okay.
I'm gonna see if anybody can keep other people from finding out, it'll be Nancy. So...
Yeah. I don't think we should stare at the brownstone anymore. I think we should move. This should be the last move we make.
Okay. I need your car.
Okay.
I need to go find Adrian.
The keys should be in my pants pocket.
So she's gonna go into his pants pocket, find his keys. She's like, I'm just gonna go pick up Adrian from school. I'm not gonna call ahead. Okay?
Okay. Hey, if you need help with anything, Edgy is the only person I trust. I wouldn't even talk to Angie. Just Edgy.
Okay.
Do you know where to find him?
No.
In the glove box, there's an envelope with his name on it. It has his address on it. I thought ahead for this moment in case something like this ever happened. Just so I have a physical address. It's not to him. That's to his mom. She's a nice girl. Woman. Anyways, she can find him if you need him. And...
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, you hang in there.
I think I got a pretty damn good doctor. He's a little fucking crazy, though.
Well, yeah, that goes without saying. But, I mean, the more... So she kind of, like, she laughs a little bit, like, the very quiet, sensible chuckle. And she's like, but honestly, the more I come here, the less it bothers me.
Didn't he put together one of your guys?
Yeah, Odysseus.
Go do stuff.
Alright.
I'm gonna...
You stay here and watch TV.
It's like reruns full of black and whites.
But they're new to you, right?
You're right. You smile.
So.
If you need to take any of my guns, please do so. Those people out there are kind of scary.
Is there anything that I can actually use?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I could just carry out the shotgun. That'll probably scare people away. But then I'm carrying a shotgun.
There's, in my wallet, there's a gun.
What?
In my wallet, there's a gun.
Okay.
Just get that out.
Okay, so I'll find his wallet.
Yeah, he's got a pretty thick, sizable wallet. When you unfold it, there is a thin, flat gun. It looks like a toy. It's got no trigger card on it, so his fat fingers could actually pull the trigger on it. Looks like it's got a clip.
Okay.
Might fire like a 20.
Yeah,
or,
it's like a 22.
Or 22.
Just enough to scare people
or
off.
Or 15.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Like, for emergencies?
Emergencies.
Okay.
I try to be prepared as possible.
You try to be prepared as possible, and all you have is a tiny, rusty pocket knife?
What?
Your pocket knife! If you have all these guns all over you, and not a single knife to be found.
You kind of...
You know that if he didn't have those blades, I probably wouldn't have been able to cut his throat open to do the intubation. Because...
Well, I don't ever need a knife.
But I thought you said you were going to be prepared for anything.
Oh.
Yeah. That's what you said. Your words, not mine.
I guess. About this time, the doctor comes sliding in out of nowhere. Hello? The sensors show that your heart rate's picked up. Don't be harassing my patient now. And he sits there and he just walks over and begins looking at Trollface. Trollface, yeah, no, doc, she wasn't harassing me. He's like, your heart palpitations increased. I can sense distress. He sits there and both of his arms are doing the whole finger touchy thing, big ones and little ones. Besides, it's time to check your bandages and move you to one side and see how our tiny little friends on the inside are doing. He starts rolling Terrence to one side. His physical strength is able to move the troll to one side without assistance, and you can see he's like, holy crap. And so he props him up, and then he looks over. If you're going to go, you can go now. He goes back down. And like he's literally, doesn't have to, but he like lowers himself. Okay. In a crazy cartoon-like fashion.
All right. Well, I am going to let him do his good work and get out of his hair for a little while.
He doesn't have that.
I know. It's a figure of speech.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you have this tiny little pistol. And you're going to take the shotgun anyways?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm not going to be able to actually use the shotgun, but at least people will see it.
This gun is small enough, you could tuck it under a boob.
Really?
And you
What?
probably not be able to have it seen too well. Like right about, or on top of a boob. You could probably
yeah.
stick it right here on top of a boob in your bra, and no one would know you'd have a gun there.
She's going to totally try that.
And there's also shoulder pads, because remember the designs are supposed to be off the 80s.
Right.
You could, because it's a little thicker than several credit cards.
Okay.
So you could put it there under a shoulder pad. It's a very concealable gun.
Okay.
It doesn't do any damage.
No.
But you got 9 shots of pat, 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 pat.
Go away from me.
Yeah, exactly. You do more damage with a can of mace, but anyways.
That's fine.
You take his keys, you head out.
Yep.
The throngs are there. As soon as you walk out, they start paying attention.
Yeah. I know how to hold a shotgun. That doesn't mean I can really shoot it well without, getting knocked back on my ass, but I know how to hold one.
Okay.
So that's what I'm going to do.
All right. They give you way. They understand and they honor the idea that you have a shotgun and you might use it.
Okay.
They know that this means something, and although they're junkies and they don't see you with any pills, so they definitely don't jump after you for that, because that's what they're desiring.
Okay.
You will get back up to Adrian's.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go there first.
Yeah.
Because she feels better about getting him out if we have to make a quick exit than having him, come back to the house and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. So she's thinking of all of the ways that things can go even more wrong and trying to mitigate as much of that as possible.
Okay, so you go pick up Adrian,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're going to your office.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you going to go by to see if you can find Edgy and his mom or anything like that, just to make sure you have an extra pair of arms with you, or do you want to avoid involving anyone else?
I mean, I don't think that I need Edgy there, but I think that it might make sense to, I don't know, maybe have Adrian and Edgy get started unpacking the house.
Okay.
Does that sound?
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
So I'm going to go to Edgy's mom first.
Okay.
And ask her to send him by the brownstone if you see him.
Sure, she'll definitely give him a call.
Okay. And then go.
And by the way, she's a dwarf too.
Oh, is she?
Yeah.
Awesome.
It's a family of dwarves.
That's so cute. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing. And then I'll meet Adrian.
So when you get back to the house, Adrian, when he sees you, he's like, What happened to you guys? You didn't come home last night.
Things did not go well.
Where's Terrence?
He's okay, but he's not in really good shape right now.
Where's he at?
With a friend.
Okay. But he's going to get better, right?
Yes. We're going to need to leave.
Move to a new place again?
Yeah. So you're going to need to get your stuff packed up. Start packing our stuff up.
Will I still need to be able to do school?
I don't know yet. I want to say yes, but I can't say yes right now. Okay?
Okay.
We can talk about it later, but not right now.
Okay.
And, Edgy's supposed to swing by here, so expect somebody to come and tell him that I would like him to help you get everything packed up, okay?
Does he know where we're going?
No.
Do you know where we're going?
No.
So we just need to get things packed up?
Get packed up and get ready to go.
He starts hugging you.
Yeah, the hugging is a little surprising, I guess, but positive emotion is kind of hitting her in the feels right now because she's very uncertain about what is going to happen 6 hours from now, So yeah, she's probably choking up a little bit and sucking back the tears. Yeah.
And so he's like, I'll take care of what I can and get as much packed up as possible.
Okay, good. And,
first thing, of course, is dragging you guys' out-of-town bags by the front door,
Yeah.
and going from there, so.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't have to be neat, it just has to be ready to go.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
If it's not Edgy, don't open that door.
I promise I won't.
Do you have my office number?
No.
So I'm gonna write down my office number. And, if you need to call me, call that number. My other one's off, and it'll probably stay off. And then I'll probably give him a hug again and man up and head to the office.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, you arrive at the office.
Yeah.
You take your car or Terrence's?
At this point, I feel like I don't, as much as I would like to trust Terrence's car, I don't, because there's all sorts of electronical stuff. Who knows who's got it tracked, Angie, going to the house, she'd be, that would be normal. Going to my office there, probably not so much, and so I'm going to take my car. Hyper-paranoia is engaged right now.
Right.
So I get in my office, I go through all the key codes, I unlock my way in there, Nancy does the rest. And then so I go through my small waiting room, the lights come on automatically, I put my palm up against the next door, and it slides back from my biometrics.
Mm-hmm.
And then I go into my office and turn on my computer if it's not already turned on already, so I can get in touch with Nancy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Doesn't take her long before she sits there and says, "Hello, Dr. Dalen.
Nancy.
You've been rather hard to reach."
I've run into things aren't looking good right now. I have a data chip that I need you to help me look through and see if we can validate if this information is accurate.
Of course. I'll be more than happy to assist.
Okay. So I'm going to insert the data stick into the computer and access the file, and
Actually, she wants you to put it into one of the spare phones in the office.
the spare phones? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
put
do.
it into the spare phone, turn the spare phone on, and she'll take it from there.
Okay.
Because if there's something in there that will
You're right.
corrupt her, she doesn't want it to affect her.
Got
right
it.
off the bat.
Okay, so yeah, that sounds smart. Thanks, Nancy.
And then she points out that there's security protocols involved and that she's going to need to take a moment to deactivate them. It looks like the protocols are designed as a password, that if the wrong password's put in 3 times, the data will all be erased. So give her a moment to open it. And
Okay.
then she says, "Okay, it's open. And I'm accessing the data files."
I don't know exactly what is in there. I know that an accountant gathered it up, and it's supposed to indicate monetary ties to several corporations.
It does exactly that, Doctor.
She has immediately come to terms with the fact that she is once again way over her head and needs an exit strategy. Stat.
Okay.
Yeah, I sit down in my comfy chair and that whole, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? Leaning forward, elbows on my knees, hands covering my face, just trying to figure out where I go next.
Okay.
Do you know what this is, Nancy?
Probability predicts that this is in relation to a app program that has been on Terrence's phone called the Enclave, a networking program designed to incorporate a large variety of individuals so as jobs of more discrete nature can be shuttled about to a larger populace of individuals who would do such said discrete jobs.
That's a very accurate description, except they're not so discreet, apparently. Do you know what corporations are there?
I have detected with this information and access to the Enclave app, which is on your phone, that I have seen. I apologize, Doctor. Once you downloaded the app, I wanted to make sure that it was safe. And I have checked out some of the information on it. At first glance, it seemed safe. I did make a copy of it and began running some tests on it to ensure that there was no backdoors or any other form of communication that went out. I found plenty. So many that I made the assumption that the extra communication the program made was related to it. Now, with this information provided, I can see that your phone, as well as anyone else's phone who has the application, is in direct contact with 3 of the major AAA corporations, Evo, Neonet, and Soderkrupp Heavy Industries, have ties to this information.
Oh my god. We might be in trouble.
Might I suggest that we activate your phone in a secure location so as we can remove the application and all necessary programs that have been downloaded to allow for tracking purposes?
Yeah.
I would suggest either we clean your phone or get you a new one.
Do you think those other ones are usable? I can get the briefcase out. I don't know if that would work.
The briefcase will do just fine for the purpose of making communications. Do you mean for wiping?
Yeah.
Yes, I can activate an agent program and put it into your phone.
Okay.
And then you can put it in the briefcase. It should only take about 20 minutes to completely return to factory settings.
Okay, let's do that.
Agent online, and I'm ready when you are.
Okay, so I will turn the phone on and hold my breath as it boots up.
Okay, she says, the agent is online with the phone. Go ahead and put it into the briefcase before boot up is finished.
Okay, so yep, done. Boom. Closed. Lock. Exhale.
She says, it will be only a few moments. At this point, the agent is running several diagnostics, identifying what's trying to make communications out, copying down contact list information. Most likely, your whole contact list has been jeopardized.
Okay.
The agent will give me a full report once she's done.
Thank you. When was the last time you backed up your data?
5 hours ago.
Okay.
But it is all on site. Do you need me to back up off-site?
Yes. Yeah, definitely. Do you have a location where you can do that safely?
I have 3 secure, safe locations that I believe will be perfect for backing up my data.
Okay. Just in case.
I'll go ahead and start taking care of that now. I will be offline for a short period of time, but I will be back.
Okay. I'm not going anywhere.
So you sit in the office, Nancy's gone,
Yep.
The briefcase is closed, the agent can't communicate with you, your phone's not working, nothing. For at least the next 20 minutes.
I'm getting a drink out of my little office fridge.
Okay.
Well, actually, it would have been in my drawer because she doesn't put her scotch in the refrigerator.
No, you don't.
But she has her ice. And so, yeah, she's going to take her tumbler, put in the ice, pour the scotch, pretty much a full glass at this point, and she's just going to enjoy it and think a lot about the things that she has learned from her previous mistakes with getting in too deep and how best to extricate herself without having to involve more people. Because she doesn't want to have other people targeted, I guess is the best way to put it. Especially if they find out the information that she has. So, yeah.
So at this point, if the Shadowrunners who are on the Enclave found out the Enclave is being manipulated by the corporations, they're probably just going to ditch it and run. Corporations are going to lose their tool. A lot of jobs, bad things probably possibly happen. The corporations could get mad and come after you.
Yeah.
They could. That doesn't mean they will. But if somewhere in there is evidence that shows the corporations are manipulating people to do criminal activity, that can be used to weigh against the corporations. But you have to be careful. Because if they're strong enough to make you disappear, then that's useless information.
Mm-hmm. I mean, so far, the 2 people that have gotten that information are, she's assuming at least one of them is going to get away, because she's making the determination that she cannot have turning Lund over to the Enclave on her conscience. It's not going to happen.
Okay.
And, whatever. So she's out a bit of money. She still has money. She doesn't need it. Yeah, and
contacting Alan and Zamora to let them know to let Zufar go.
Well, I can't risk it. I would like to do that. That was my gut instinct to reach out to them, but I don't want anything to get back to me at this point. And I don't want them to get involved more than they have to. Because, worst case scenario, I don't get in touch with them. They either, 1, believe him and let him go, or 2, they turn him over to the police for a reward of some type. Because they don't know how to turn him over to the Enclave, thankfully.
Which will be good for them, right?
Yeah. So at this point, no one in the Enclave, as far as she is aware, knows where those people are or even knows the information that they have.
Exactly.
So she has that working for her, which is nice. That realization kind of makes her feel a little more calm, and she's halfway through her scotch, so the nerves are a little more under control at this point. And now she just, she's probably going to, she would have a duffel bag in the office to transport medications that she gets from Emily. And then she's like, oh shit, Emily's with Evo. But that's a completely separate thing, so it strikes her mind, but she's not worried about it. Because they're so far distant, that should be irrelevant. So, she gets a duffel bag, and she starts packing up the things that she thinks are important to get out of the office in case somebody is managing to, get in. And, that's, so that plan is set. Nancy will be able to protect me from people trying to find me. And so that's probably what she's going to discuss when Nancy comes back, so, yeah.
Nancy comes back, she says, I have successfully backed myself up in 3 different locations. I've given each of them an activation timestamp, which one will be activated on the 21st of the month if I do not make contact back with it. The next one will activate on the 1st of next month, and the third one will activate on the 21st of the following month.
And you'll be able to get in touch with me? Because I don't know where those are, and I don't want to know, just in case.
If I am not in touch with you, I will utilize those copies of myself, those agents, to do what needs to be done to keep myself secure.
Okay.
If I have not spoken with you in 6 months, I will look for a new residence. As the Matrix, after that period of time, will have become hostile to my existence.
Okay.
AIs can only exist for a short period of time outside of a host. They need a place to live. AIs, ghosts, all those kind of things. They need a place to live. If they don't have that, the Matrix, God, will come down upon them and destroy them.
Yeah.
Just like bad. Sprites.
Yeah. So Sunny says that, I need you to keep people from finding where I am or getting in contact with me for at least the next 3 weeks, 3 to 6, I would say, at this point, so I have time to figure out what my next steps are going to be and who I feel like I can trust at this point.
I understand, Doctor.
I am going to leave you here. I'm not going to take you out of the host. So I would suggest going into a full lockdown once I'm out, and we can go through the process of getting back in when we get to it is fine. But until then, you don't open up for anybody.
I understand, Doctor.
We have the code set up, right?
Yes, Doctor.
Okay, good. Then that's what we use to get back to normal.
Of course.
Okay.
Your phone is more than prepared.
Excellent. So I'll take it out. And
she says, I have went ahead and examined the application. It does contact both your GPS location, everyone on your contact list, and I have went ahead and activated an agent to go through your contact list and to begin searching those comm links out to see if there's a program related to this program itself, with the specific instructions that if it finds a link to the Enclave in that contact's comm link, that it is to destroy that, cancel all its communication, and burn all data trails. I have generated 6 other agents for this purpose. They're currently going through your contact list as we speak.
Thank you.
Your contacts will be safe. They will have no idea this is happening. At most, it will say that there is an update going on.
Okay. Good. Then, I've got everything that I need, I think, packed up. So, you'll be able to contact me now through my comm, right?
Yes, Doctor.
Okay, good. Because that's the only way I want you to get in touch with me for the time being. Okay?
Yes, Doctor.
And, you stay safe, okay?
Of course, I will keep the doors locked.
Good. And make sure you keep an eye out for anybody trying to get in through the Matrix.
I will do that.
Okay.
I will also disrupt the police procedures in the local area so there is twice the number of patrols along the city block.
Okay. That sounds amazing. Alright. Then, I'm gonna head out.
Doctor?
Yeah.
You will be missed.
Yeah, so will you.
Please, if you need me, I am but a phone call away.
I'll keep that in mind. And then I will, I'll swing my duffel bag over the shoulder. I'm assuming that I have some books that are important to her, and her practice and stuff. And then, she's going to take most, if not all, of the medication that she has stored up right now, because, she wants to make sure that doesn't, if somebody does come in and the worst happens, Nancy's going to be fine eventually. But that's a really big stock of drugs, and she doesn't want to start over. So she's taking it as much as she can with you.
On the streets.
Exactly. So
yeah,
that's the plan. And so now she's going to head back to her car and drive back to to the booksellers.
Okay.
There's 2 Adrians in this game.
Yep.
That's really funny. Adrian the bookseller.
There you go.
Well, it's daytime, so that's nice.
Yep, he's actually up.
Okay. And I'm gonna look at his books and pick a few out. Help him out a little bit for helping me. So,
okay.
Yeah. At this point, it doesn't really matter to her which ones she picks. She's just gonna pick, she's going to judge the books by their covers and just pick a few. And, see what she finds in them. So, and then once she's done with that, she's gonna head through the gauntlet again, and with the shotgun. Yeah, and just keep out of the way. She has her duffel bag with her because that would be really bad to keep in the car, just in case.
Well, it's your car. If it was Terrence's car, that wouldn't be a problem because nobody's going to break the windows on that one. Your car windows can be broken.
Exactly. So, taking it with me. Not going to take any chances. And then go down there and see how the patients are faring.
Okay. By this time, Terrence is actually up and about. Yeah, he's physically up. Even though he had a gashing wound in his back, he is up. Hobbling, but he's up and about. Lund is cognitive.
Okay.
And his throat doesn't have a hole and a straw sticking out of it.
Good.
So, yeah. Terrence and the doctor are sitting at a table eating Chinese.
Yeah, I will walk in. I'll probably go over to the table, sling my bag off of my shoulder, set it down, and
Terrence will take the shotgun from you and set it on the table next to everybody so there's out of everybody's way for eating.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie, she's probably sniffling a bit. She's visibly upset, but not tearful right now.
Okay.
Yeah. So, she just kind of stares kind of at Terrence, but not really at him. Kind of that, I guess it would be the 1,000-mile stare, 1,000-yard stare, whatever the fuck the colloquialism is.
1,000-yard stare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And just kind of nod her head, really softly. And she opens her mouth, but no words come out.
He offers you an egg roll.
She will take this egg roll and eat it. Just stand there and eat it.
Little cups of tea. They're like having an Oriental style food. Lund is cognitive and he's looking around, and the other doctor is running on the computer doing
whatever it is he does.
Dr. Feelgood looks at you and goes, "Well, everything has come out rather well. Both patients have recovered rather quickly as well. Your friend over there, giving a head gesture to Lund, has recovered nicely, and the cyberware that was implanted to replace that which was damaged has recuperated well. We did not replace the titanium tracheal implant because we don't have one. I had one, but it's only a voice box modulator, and I'm pretty sure he was not interested in one of those, so I didn't replace it. I did do a good bit of repair. He's currently got some shark cartilage bones in his throat. They'll dissolve after a while and replace with normal human tissue. I put in some bioorganisms that will make that take place. Your friend here, and he pokes Terrence, does not have the lower ribs with his plastic lining. He will have to get that redone. Otherwise, they're just normal ribs once everything stops healing. And it'll take months before they're all healed, so he has to keep it as easy as possible.
Okay.
Everything on the inside was put back to where it was supposed to be and glued back together with some special glue and tape. That'll all dissolve after a while and things should get back to normal, but he's going to have to keep it easy. Unfortunately, some of the bioware was not savable, and that's just how life is. That's what happens when you chunk yourself full of so many extra things that you don't need. And slim down to something a little bit more reasonable. He's making hand gestures toward his own body. And he sits there and says, I would suggest that you do see a good doctor about your tank. It took an incredible hit. I would not trust it for a refill anytime soon. In fact, I would have it removed or replaced or whatever it is that you want to do, but it is definitely damaged. The rest of you, just fine. You did take some nasty concussions to the head, though, but the trauma will go down and so will the inflammation. There are some pills here for that, pills for infection, pills for this, some other pills, and he just lists off a nice little collection. I would take at least one of these, two of these, all marked. Just take a nice cocktail. Do not have any alcohol. And get rest. Lots of rest. Go someplace nice, quiet, and away from all these troubles you get yourself into. Your friend over here, on the other hand, has a nice cocktail of drugs he's going to have to be dealing with as well, and he goes through a short list and says his infection would be probably the most severe since it's probably going to be on his nervous system, so I've got him on some pretty heavy sedation. Though I've got his sensory inputs ramped all the way up to counteract the whole effect of it. He will be a bit edgy, so I've given him some suppressants to keep him from becoming too over into society. He needs to take it easy. After about a first month of recuperation, he can cut back on some of the drugs. I've got it all written out. Everything should be just fine. Now for the final bit. The bill.
The bill.
He hands you a folded piece of paper.
I will open it.
As you go to open it, Terrence reaches out and grabs it. I think I should take care of this.
Yeah?
I mean, it is me. I mean, I don't want to pay for his, but I don't have too much option on it. And the doctor sits there, I can make him pay through servitude. And Terrence says, no, he can't be hanging around for too much longer.
So, yeah, she'll let go of the bill.
Alright, well, as he pulls it toward, you can see it flops open, and there's at least 6-digit number there as Terrence pulls it away.
Yeah.
The first number was a 2 and then 6 digits, so, I mean...
Okay, so...
Yeah.
200,000 something?
Yeah, at least $250,000 in there, it looked like.
Yeah. That's a lot of work. So, I'm not surprised, especially for a street doc, to go through that kind of operation.
Yep.
They don't do that normally.
They don't have the facilities to do that. They don't have the cyberware to do that. They don't have the crazy henchmen to assist. The drugs are free, by the way. He says that. The drugs are free. If you need a refill, just call. I refill all that you'll need.
Okay. Do you remember what he said that he wanted, pill-wise, for her to find? I don't remember.
Nope.
Well, whatever it is. Yeah, she's gonna pick up her bag and put it on the table. Hopefully clear of the food. And open it and find those, like, I would say most of her stock of that. And take it out and put it on the table.
Okay. He raises an eyebrow. Ooh.
You asked for those.
I did.
So you can take those too.
Ah, good. Thank you.
Thank you. You do great work.
I really appreciate that. I don't get much opportunity to do any really in-depth, detailed work anymore. Especially when I know they can actually get paid. Most of the time, they don't pay and they expire, and so I just get a lump sum of extra material laying around. That's where your spare parts come from there, big guy. Yelling over at Lund. Lund still has no clue. He's not aware.
Okay. So, when will he be ready to go? I'm nodding my head towards Lund.
Oh, they're both ready now.
Okay.
They both can walk.
Then I'll look at Terrence and like, are you ready?
He nods, yeah.
We're gonna have
I feel like shit.
Okay.
Can I drive, Doc? He's like, I wouldn't. Ha ha ha, I would not.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do any heavy lifting, drive machinery of any type, shoot a gun, fly a plane. Don't run with the bulls.
Okay. Well, yeah, I think that we're gonna get Lund up and...
Okay. You get Lund
packed
up
and...
start gathering stuff. He's looking at his gear that he still has left as you guys... They're both lethargic, giant dummies at this point in time.
I will make sure to separate out their medications and put the instructions in with them and then, put that all in my duffel bag too. So that way... It's all labeled. All they have to do is follow the instructions.
Yeah. The doctor sits there and says, well, it's been swell, but the swelling's gone down now, so you can go home.
We're heading out.
Okay. You get to the door, and as you guys begin wandering out, the doctor sits there and says, have fun storming the castle.
I have no idea.
Yep.
I'm just gonna let that slide and... go through the gauntlet and get out of here.
Yeah, the gauntlet makes way because you're coming back through and with a troll and shotgun, and you guys go back up. And as you get through the bookstore, and Adrian wishes you guys well, you get out and he's like, you drove your car?
Yeah, I drove my car.
So tiny.
Your car has tracking devices on it.
My car I can fit into.
Well, you can squeeze into this one.
He's like, I have to get in the back seat. I have to lay out.
Okay, that's fine. So we'll put Lund in front and scoot the seats all the way up, so he has some room to lay down, and and drive back to the brownstone.
Okay, as you guys are heading out, Terrence says, we need to make a decision on what we do about him.
There is no decision.
Where do we take him?
We find a place for him, and then he gets out.
Then I have a plan. I had a chance to think about this. You got a man that you know that can drive. We get him down to Portland. That'll get him out of the city, out of the area. Lund, you got money? Kind of half nods. You got your cred stick still on you. I saw you have some money, so you got some money. We get you to Portland, you can get the hell out of Dodge, right? Lund hesitates to Dodge. You let me go?
We don't have a choice. We have to. We need to.
Okay. We're going to take you to a place. Do you remember that apartment complex that we stayed at?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's another room down there. We got to
Okay.
go drop him off there. You can get your guy, Gears, to swing by and pick him up and take him down to Portland. What do you think?
That means we have to use the app to put down the apartment.
Never mind. We'll just get a hotel room. We're going to go down to Tacoma. We're going to find you a hotel. And we're going to give an address to a friend of ours who drives. And he's going to take you to Portland. And then that's it. We're done. You go your way, Lund. We go our way. And we never see each other. And you don't come back to Seattle. Lund just nods. I can do that.
Then it's settled. So, yeah, we're gonna go around and go to Tacoma, find a place, drop Lund off, and then head back to the brownstone.
Okay.
Yep. Probably not a lot of conversation going on in that car. It's gonna be quiet.
No.
The silence is intense.
Yeah.
So.
Because less than 24 hours ago, Lund and Trollface were trying to kill each other.
Yep.
Now they both look like a bunch of bandaged up mummies.
And I'm exhausted. There's just overwhelmed. Yeah.
So after dropping Lund off and you guys start driving, Terrence says, "Did you get a chance to look at it?"
I did.
Okay.
It's just like you said.
Damn it. I want to punch something now.
Well, please don't. My windows are breakable. I just had to replace the back windshield.
I got a place that's out of the way. It's not on the Enclave's list. It's my old house where me and the ex and the kids used to live. I think it'll do us good.
Okay.
Did you get a hold of Edgy?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
He should be at the brownstone if his mom got a hold of him, helping Adrian pack. Everything should be ready when we get there. Nancy says that the app sends back data to keep tabs on people who've got the downloaded app and everyone on their contact list.
So everyone on my contact list is
compromised. You need a new comm. I should have taken yours with me. I could have wiped it with mine. I wasn't thinking.
That's fine. You get Zoe to do all that?
No. I got Nancy to do it. Zoe's compromised too. I would like to trust them, but there's only one person I trust right now. And one almost person, so yeah.
Alright, well let's get out to the...
I sent them after out to here. Zoe and Alan, I sent them after that man, and they're good enough to find him. I don't know what they're gonna decide to do when they can't get a hold of me.
There's nothing you can do. Whatever happens, happens. We gotta cover our asses. The corporations will not... They work really hard to make our lives miserable. If they knew what we knew. We've just got to walk away and come back with a clear mind and just get away from the Enclave. That's it. Come back and get ready. I can imagine trying to dismantle it later. But right now, our safety is more important. We've got to sit on Adrian. Make sure he's safe.
Yeah.
We've got more important things to deal with. We got to make sure you and I are safe. We'll come back to this. We need some downtime.
Yeah.
Arriving at the brownstone, Edgy is there.
Awesome.
His beat up little van thing.
Yeah. So
he is really taken back when he sees Trollface is messed up.
Yeah.
He's like, "Dude, you need to sit. Can I help you?" And he's very, you can see it. It bothers Edgy a lot. Trollface just brushes him off. It's fine. Adrian, on the other hand, definitely is, he's also in the same boat. He's like, "Are you okay?"
Yeah. And when he says that he's fine, it's like, no, he's not. He's not fine. Just don't.
So you guys work to pack everything up. Edgy says, "So where are you guys going?" And Terrence says, "We're going to go take a vacation. I can't tell you where we're going." Edgy goes, "Oh, that means I can't go." He's like, "Yeah, that means you can't go. But that doesn't mean we're not going to come back." "Well, can I call you?" "No. You can't call. We're on vacation." "What about work?" He's like, "Well, you're just going to have to find something to make the bills last." "How long is this going to be?" He's like, "I don't know. 6-7 months. Maybe. Shit's got to happen, man." And he's like, "I might actually have to get a job." You can't do this to me, big guy. I need work." He's like, "Look, I'll pay you for helping us move, packing everything up. I'll give you a little something to tide yourself over, but it's going to be at least 6 months. I got no work. Look at me, I'm messed up. We can't do anything this way. You know that. Go get a contracting job. Work for a construction site or something."
You're a really good electrician.
And Trollface looks at you and goes, "He hates taking orders from people. I'm the only one he's ever been able to put up with." Edgy's bothered by this fact. Poor little guy. He's losing his boss.
Yeah. And he's losing a friend.
Yeah, it's true too.
That's what he's
He sees it as.
Yeah. He's trying to just cover it up with the work part.
The work part.
Yeah.
So, after everything's said and done, you guys are packing up the brownstone, getting everything put into your car, not Terrence's car.
That car's staying there.
Yep, he's going to park in the garage. He comes down with a briefcase and hands it to Edgy. He says, here you go, payment. Use that money as best you can. Make sure it doesn't run out on you anytime quickly. Take care of your mother. Do what's right. Edgy then sits down, starts opening it, and it's filled with bills. And it's a travel briefcase just chock full of 50s.
Oh,
it's a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
And Edgy's like, this is your get out of town money. He's like, yeah, it was. I don't need it. I already took out what I need. The rest of it you can use. I'll expect that if you haven't spent it all, I'll be taking it all back. Or whatever's not been spent. And Edgy's mind's trying to be, how do I spend this much money? Meanwhile, in Vegas, woo!
Yeah, right?
Midget, dwarf porn everywhere. Actually, no, he probably does pull out a briefcase. Instead of giving the whole briefcase, probably pulls out like 4 or 5 stacks of 50s and 100s and throws it at him.
Well, not throws.
Or hands it to him.
Yeah.
Here.
Maybe it has like a plastic bag.
Ooh, no, a brown paper bag. A lunch sack.
Yeah. Yeah. Puts it in that and then hands it over.
You guys pile into your little car and start driving off. He takes your phone and he'll program in the address.
What are you doing?
Well, I'm telling you how to get where we're going.
Just tell me. Don't put it in the phone. Phones can be hacked or whatever.
Yeah. So he tells you how to get into southern part of Auburn.
Okay.
And you drive into some really suburbia-looking places. Nice hedges and well-manicured houses. And then you drive by some really big houses and stuff like that. And fancy BMWs out front of it.
Yeah, and then the houses get less and less close together.
Farther apart and get bigger.
Yeah.
And then at some point you come around the corner to this... Was it, a red cedar-looking house?
Yeah, yeah.
A red cedar-looking house with a big hedge around it.
Mm-hmm.
And you pull up to it, and it's got a nice little area that ramps down to the side of a lake. And it looks like a boathouse, and it's not a tiny little house.
Yeah.
He walks up, fiddles with some keys, turns the lock, got it, pops it open.
Okay. So yeah, we'll head in.
Picture frames on the walls, decorations here and there. Every bit of furniture is covered with sheets, linen.
Okay. This is your house?
Yeah.
It's very different than what I expected.
What were you expecting?
Well, not this.
Wait. Adrian, you can have this room over there. That's your bathroom right there, and that's your walk-in closet. We can take the master bedroom over here unless you really don't want to sleep in the same room with me. I mean, which I understand. He walks over and that goes down to the game room and the lower deck. This is the upper deck. Don't use the hot tub until I get a chance to make sure it's good, because, it hasn't been running a while. Like, a couple of years. It's probably busted up. And don't get all excited about the boat. The boat didn't work when we left here. I'm pretty sure it doesn't work now. Adrian's like, there's a boat? He rushes out into the back. There's a hill. There's places, so he's looking around. This is like his first experience of wilderness, open air and trees. And then a boat goes zipping by, a bunch of people on it. Seem to be having a pretty good time. And then you realize it's not raining here.
What?
It's actually kind of peaceful. It's like the first time sun's out. It's late in the day. A little bit of clouds.
Okay. She steps out on the deck and looks up and realizes that she's not being rained on she'll look back at Terrence and it's not raining.
He stops, looks at the door. I'll be damned. Huh? There's no food in the kitchen, so best thing we can do is just have something delivered. But there's a grocery store right in town, not too far up the road. I can show you some of the local digs.
We should probably go grocery shopping and not have anybody come to the house yet.
Yeah. Oh, hey, if I still have the same neighbors, they're probably going to be around sometime tomorrow to say hello. Very, very annoying. But you know what? They're at least they're good.
It's very neighborly.
Yeah. Hey, keep an eye on Adrian. I'm going to check the rest of the house, make sure everything looks good.
Okay.
You see, he's like, there's a boathouse down here. He's already run down the hill. And he's like opening the door and looking in.
Nice.
And he's active doing stuff with the boathouse. The sun is wonderfully setting soon. And Terrence is in the house. And as you look, you can see from where you're at on the lake, the sun is kind of coming around the corner of the trees and whatnot. And it casts this beautiful light across the porch. And as you look to the other end of the porch, there's a very large raven sitting there. It crows once.
Because didn't we have to, learn the same language, essentially?
Yep. So you know it can speak to you if it's him.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'll probably, at this point, I'm just gonna greet him. Oh, hey. Nice to see you.
He stares at you.
Fine. Don't say anything.
He doesn't say anything.
Yeah. Did you know there's a game room in this house?
He kind of looks at the house.
Yeah. Might be fun. I don't know.
Makes a cawing noise. Starts to fly off. Right? No, it will fly off.
Yeah.
Flies into one of the nearby big trees.
I guess, whatever. It's fine.
Adrian comes out. There's a chainsaw in here.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, so Terrence is busy with checking the house out, so I guess I'll go down with Adrian and check out the boathouse.
It's a boathouse with a boat launch and a chainsaw and a whole bunch of stuff on it.
Wow.
But your character's tired by now.
Very tired. I mean, she did sleep in her little coffin thing, but that's not really enough.
Heading back to the house, you guys head up the road. There's a tiny little grocery store. It's like mom and pop style grocery store. Not a single sticker for some sort of mega corporation.
It's not even a stuffer shack. It's an actual...
Not even a stuffer shack.
Oh my gosh.
There's, you have Mountain Dews and stuff like that. You find name brand stuff. You also find non-name brand stuff like locals who bring in eggs and stuff like that. So, I mean, it's definitely out of the norm. And it's looks like it's just a big, long warehouse that's been turned into
nice
a store with laminated floors. They have a cash register that they go, and then you have to swipe your card and punch in buttons and wait for it to load.
You have to hold your comm up to the phone, up to the icon for a long time, or a long time for her. The whole thing right now, the drive, the location, the other houses, the house that Terrence had, and this grocery store that is unlike anything she's seen in a very long time. So it's a very surreal experience. Her mind is kind of disconnected from the rest of her body. She's just moving and following and picking stuff up. She's trying to make sense of everything, but she can't. She's too tired. And she's like, so she just follows along at this point.
Yeah. So you will get back, and as Terrence pulls out stuff from the kitchen and starts cooking and whatnot, Adrian is bop it all over the place. He comes in and goes, there's a bird, a really huge black bird in that tree out there. There's a nest and everything. It's really cool. I've never seen a bird like that. Of course, saying that, Terrence gives you looks like, yeah?
Yeah. I don't know if it's that one, but...
Adrian's like, which one?
He was there.
Oh, that's right. He was there. He's like, oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Well, we'll keep an eye out. You eat stir fry, homemade stir fry, and it's actually pretty good. And then there's dishes that Adrian has to wash.
I would appreciate it more, but I'm mechanically like chopsticks in my mouth, chew, swallow, chopsticks in my mouth. Man, you're like, you're like, this is really good.
And then as the day winds down to an end, you go into the master bedroom and clean up. The bed's been, you guys have taken a chance and cleaned up the bed and put some clean sheets on it and stuff. It's king size. The king size bed still has at least a good 2 meters on either side of it to other parts of the room. It's not, this room is big. The ceiling is nice and there's a bathroom and walk-in closet. This was a nice house. He must have made some good money when he was married.
Yeah.
So he's going to crawl into bed as best as he can at this point, as he's exhausted.
Yeah. So I think that's an excellent plan in real life and in the game.
And with that, we come to a close with Sunny's side story.
Excellent.
To Karma.
All right. Well, it's been fun. We should totally do this again sometime.
In about 6 months of downtime.
Yeah, right?
Good night.
Thanks for listening to the original Box Set Shadowrun podcast. Our runners will pick up where we left off next week. In the meantime, you can connect with us via Facebook or YouTube to check out actual play videos of the original box set playing Shadowrun and other tabletop RPGs. You can also swing by our website at originalboxset.com and check out our gaming calendar, additional information about our games, and images that inspire our worlds and characters. And if you're enjoying our work, please consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/originalboxset so that we can continue to bring you this podcast as well as other great actual plays and entertainment. Today's featured music is titled Epic Song from Alpha Brutal, and trust me, the whole song is pretty epic, so check it out. We'll catch you next week, chummers. And now for all this legal dreck. Original Box Set is licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial 4.0 International License. You can share us, but please give us credit. The Topps Company, Inc. has sole ownership over the names, logo, artwork, marks, photographs, sounds, audio, video, and or any proprietary material used in connection with the game Shadowrun. The Topps Company, Inc. has granted permission to Original Box Set, that's us, to use such names, logos, artwork, marks, and or any proprietary materials for promotional and informational purposes on its website, but does not endorse and is not affiliated with Original Box Set in any official capacity whatsoever. Oh my goodness, that's so much. Okay, bye.